Welcome back to another class on the Treasures of Mishnayot. We are continuing in a new Perek, Perek Gimel, Mishna Aleph. The Kahati begins with a small introduction, Kehemshech le'inyan tirdish mitzvah, as a continuation in regards to being preoccupied with a mitzvah, she'asaknu bo besof ha'perek hakodem, that we were dealing with in the previous chapter towards the end. Ba Mishnatenu lelamed, comes our Mishnah today to teach us, Shekol atarud b'davar kevurat hamet. If anyone is preoccupied with something that has to do with burying a dead person, ho'il v'tirdato tirdat mitzvahi, since this that he's preoccupied, he's being preoccupied in a mitzvah, harehu patur mikri shema v'chen mikol shara mitzvot ki mevur b'mishnah. He is exempt from reciting the Shema. He's also exempt from all other mitzvot, like is going to be explained in the Mishnah. The Mishnah begins, Mishimeto mutal lefanav, if a person, Chas v'shalom lo aleinu, had one of his relatives that died, who was placed before them, the Kahati says, Shemet lo echad mikerovav, one of the close relatives died, because we know that a person is obligated to mourn to 7 close relatives. So he's saying here, Shemet lo echad mikirovav, if one of the 7 relatives died, Shu chayav lit'abel alav, because he's obligated to mourn on him, Patur mikri shema umina tefila umina tefillin. He's exempt from kriyat shema, from the prayer, and from the tefillin. The Kahati asks a question. He says, why does the Mishnah have to say, Mishimeto mutal lefanav? Why does he have to say that if he had his dead placed before him? Why the word mutal lefanav? Why placed before him? So he says, Upirush, the meaning behind the words mutal lefanav is like this, Sha'adain lo kavruhu. They still did not bury him. As long as they did not bury him, he is patur from Kriyat Shema, he is patur from Tefillah and from Tefillin. So the Kahati says, when we say that he's exempt from Kriyat Shema, why is he patur from Kriyat Shema? So he explains, Mishum shu tarud be'evelo, because he's preoccupied in his mourning, u'bekevurat hamet, and he's also occupied in the burial of the dead. Why is he patur from? We said that he's patur from the tefillah. What kind of tefillah is he patur from? Mitefillah Shema Esrei. The Kahati says from the tefillah of the 18 prayer blessing. And we said that he's also patur from the tefillin, umina tefillin. The Kahati says v'hu adin shepatur mikol shar hamitzot. The same halach is going to apply that a person lo aleinu that has one of the 7 relatives that is placed before him, he's also going to be exempt from all the other mitzvot. The obvious question is, if a person is exempt from all the other mitzvot, why did the Mishnah enumerate only these 3? Why did the Mishnah have to say you're patur from Shema, Tefillah, and Tefillin, if a person is really exempt from all the other mitzvot? So comes the Kahati and he says, Ela she'Mishnah nakta elu she'en chamurot. The Mishnah took these 3 because they're more stringent. Sheyesh b'hem kabbalat ol malchut shamayim, because you have in them the accepting of the yoke of heaven. He brings this down the name of the Tosfot Yom Tov. V'amnam, however, he says, b'mishnah shebegemorah nosav, says if you're going to look into the Gemara, the Mishnah that's inside the Gemara, there are additional words onto that Mishnah, which say what? Umikol mitzvot amurot b'Torah. From all the mitzvot that are stated in the Torah. That means, the Kahati is telling you like this, even though in our Mishnah it says, Mishemeto mutal lefanav, patur mikriya shema, umina tefillah, umina tefillin, that's all. And then the Kahati says, and also from other mitzvot, that's the Mishnah of here. But if you look into the Gemara, the Mishnah doesn't say those words. The Mishnah adds 3 extra words in the back. It says like this, Mishemeto mutal lefanav, patur mikriya shema, umina tefillah, umina tefillin, umikol mitzvot ha'amurat b'Torah. It adds 4 extra words. That's the way the Mishnah has it. So really then you won't have the question of the Tosfot Yom Tov of why did it only take this 3 and not the rest. Because really the Mishnah actually says all of the mitzvot a person is exempt from. Continues the Kahat and he says, who else is going to be exempt from Shema? So he says like this, Noseh Hamita, let me just tell you outside, so I'll just make it easier once we do it inside. We have, whenever there's a person that died, there are people that carry the coffin, then there are people that are going to replace the first people that were carrying the coffin, and then there are people that are going to replace the second people that replace the first people. So basically you have 3 groups of people carrying. The first people, let's say 10 men are carrying the coffin. So after 10 minutes, you have replacement. The second replacement comes, they replace the first group. After, let's say 20 minutes, you have a third group that comes and they replace the second group. So that's what he's going to call them. They're called in Hebrew, chilufehem. They're changers. Basically, they're replacement. So let's see this like this. Noseh hamita, the ones that would carry the bed, meaning the ones that would carry the coffin. In America, it's a real coffin. In Israel, it's like a stretcher. They put a body, they cover with a tallit, it's on a stretcher. Noseh hamita, the ones that would carry the coffin, shelamed b'shat halevaya, right? They would carry the coffin of the dead person at the time of escorting him. V'chilufehem, these are the replacements. These are the second replacements. Ve'elu sheyechalfu et noseh hamita rishonim, these are the ones that are going to replace the first carriers. And they're going to come to carry in their place. What about v'chilufei chilufehem? That is the third replacements, like I explained. Ve'elu sheyavo la'achliv et hashnayim. The third replacements are going to come and they're going to replace the second one. Continues the Mishnah and it says, Et shelefnei hamita, the ones that are before the coffin, ve'et shela'achar hamita, and the ones that are after the coffin. So the Kahat explains, ben otam hamilavim sheholchim lefnei hamita, whether we were speaking about the people that are escorting the dead, that are walking in front of the coffin, or ben otam sheholchim la'acharecha, or whether we speak about the ones that are walking behind the coffin, kach dinam. This is how their halach is going to be. Et shilamita torach behem, to the ones that the coffin is needed of them. What does that mean? She is sa'uota, that they're going to need to carry. Koloimar, meaning to say, kol eila shitzrichim laset et hamita, all of these people that need to go ahead and carry the bed, meaning the coffin, piturim mikri shema, they are exempt from kri shema, from reciting the Shema. Ve'et she'en lamita torach behem. What about the people that the coffin is not needed? Which are those people? Who are they? So the Kahat explains. Otam hamilavim she'enam tzrichim laset et hamita. Those people that are escorting the dead, they're escorting the dead person, but they don't need to carry the coffin. Which people are they? Kigon, for example. She'enam holchim ela lelavot et hamet lichvodo. They're only there to escort the dead person, only to show him the proper respect, to show him the proper honor. Chayavim, these people are chayav b'kri yishma u'b'tefillin. So the people that are in the people that are going to be required to eventually carry the coffin are exempt from Shema and from tefillin. But the people that are not going to be required to carry the coffin, like the ones that came there just to escort, just to show the dead person the proper respect, they're going to be required to recite the Kriya Shema and the Tefillin. And I'm sorry, they're going to be required in reciting the Kriya Shema and in putting on Tefillin. So let's do that one more time. Chayavim b'Kriya Shema u'b'Tefillin. They're going to be obligated in reciting the Kriya Shema and I'm putting on tefillin. Sheken yochlim hem likaimam derech halicha, because they are able to fulfill the mitzvah of Shema and the mitzvah of putting on tefillin while they're walking. V'av shekri Shema tzricha kavana, even though Kriyat Shema requires kavana, harei halacha he she'en tzrichim kavana ela b'pasuk rishon bilvad. The halacha is that we only require kavana in the first pasuk alone, which is Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And according to the Sephardim, it's even Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'efshar lahem la'amod v'lechaven b'kriyat pasuk zeh. It's possible for them to stand and to have kavanah at least for this one pasuk. That's why he says, even though the Kriyat Shema requires kavanah, we don't require you to have the kavanah for all the three pasukim. One pasuk is enough. That's why it's capable for them to do it, because they can stop, because they're not the ones that have to carry the coffin. Good, we're going to tell them stop for 30 seconds or 1 minute, whatever time concentration you need. Say the Shema and then continue walking. Continues the Kahati and he says, Elu ve'elu. These and these, meaning, Ben nesu'ei hamita, whether we speak about the people that are carrying the coffin, uben milavim et hamita, or etamet, or those that are escorting the dead person, whether the ones that are carrying the dead person, or whether the ones that are there just to escort the dead person, piturim mina tefillah. We're going to tell you, they are exempt from tefillah. He explained, mitefillah shemra esra. Again, he says from the 18th prayer blessing. Why? Lefi she'ena mina Torah kimo kriyat Shema. Because it's not from the Torah, just like reciting the Shema. V'yesh omrim, and someone will learn the reason why they are exempt from reciting the 18th prayer blessing, mipnei shehi tzricha kavana yitera, because it requires more kavana. He brings it down in the name of the Bartor Nura. V'yesh mevarim atam, and the others want to explain the reason. Mipnei shetifila shemna esrei I efshar litpalal bahalicha, because the prayer of Shemna Esrei you're not able to say it while you are walking. And he brings it down the name of Rabbeinu Yonah. So, with this we do conclude the Mishnah. Let's just go and do the Mishnah on top without the Kahati. If Lolin Chas v'Shalom one had one of his closer relatives where he's obligated to mourn them was placed before him, Patur mikriyat Shema u'mina tefillah u'mina tefillin. He's exempt from Shema, from tefillah, and from tefillin. And like the Kahati said, also he's exempt from all the other mitzvot. Nosei hamita, the carriers of the coffin, v'chilufehem, and their replacements, v'chilufei chilufehem, and the replacements of the other replacements, et shilifnei hamita, these the ones that are before the coffin, v'et shel achramita, and the ones that are behind the coffin. The halakha is going to be like this. Et shilemita tzorech behem, to the one that the coffin needs them, meaning they need to carry it, piturim, they're parted from everything. Ve'et she'en lemita tzorech behem, the ones in the back, that are there just to escort the dead, to show them the proper kavod, but not to carry, chayavim, they are obligated. One more time. Ve'et she'en lemita tzorech behem, and these ones that are walking in the back, that they don't need to carry the coffin and they're there just to escort, chayavim, they are chayav in Shema and in tefillin only. Elu ve'elu, however, when these and these, meaning the ones that are carrying the coffin and the ones that are just escorting, just to show the dead person the proper kavod, piturim mina tefillah, they are exempt from prayer. And the Kahati explained, because prayer, according to one answer, is only from the rabbis, it's not from the Torah. Another answer, we said prayer requires much more kavanah than Shema. And the last answer we said in the name of Rabbeinu Yonah, because you can't walk and say Shemona Esrei. Rabotai, we do conclude with this. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen. Amen.